friends.
Whoa, it totally happened. Hey everyone, how's it going? It's early stream today. It's an early stream today. That means I'm leaving early today. That's basically what it means. How's it going, everybody? I hope everyone's having an awesome Friday. It's really rainy here in Seattle. It is just disastrous. It's not even nice outside at all. Ugh, gross.
Hey, friends.
All right, anyways, yeah, so it's just kind of a nice early stream, which is kind of nice. Yeah, usually it's 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock today. We do got some coffee. I made some brand new heart coffee. Boom. Got my Pacific Northwest shirt on. Rad. Awesome.
Way up, I feel blessed.
Development, new invention. New inventions in development. Welcome to the crew. And thanks for the follow. Super appreciate that. I got Jay Wood in the house. Wow. Farhan in the house. Vin Harrison. How's it going, everyone? Mortal. Always good to see you, buddy. Mortal in the house. Mortal needs his own clip. Mortal buff. Farhan says, my current Xamarin.Forms app checks if there's a security token. Something. Oh, how can you handle it in shell? I think you just navigate to a login page. I think. Frank's voice is, well, I'm not Frank, but Frank's voice is soothing if you listen to Merge Conflict, so that'd be pretty rad if you do. Eden says, afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are, yes, welcome to the stream. It's a beautiful, rainy Seattle day. I like to adjust my camera 5 billion times. There we go, it's much better. Oh man, yeah, someone was asking me, Sushi was asking me in the last stream how my Nintendo Dispatch went. It was super duper rad. We had it was 3 of us on the stream. Christina joined in. That was on Sunday. And then we did this could be crazy. The Nintendo Dispatch on Sunday, we're releasing it, has our Pokemon Direct recap, which was really bananas. And then predictions. I made a lot of crazy predictions. So if you're a Nintendo fan, go check that out. Greetings from Poland. Alexo, welcome from Poland. One place I haven't been yet, but I would like to go. The home country of my partner, so... Patricio, welcome. Luce, as always, honor, privilege. All right, today we're gonna go back into some Azure Function work. We had started my Hanselman.Forms action, and I did a whole podcast on it. I got some blog posts coming out about it. And today, I wanted to do a few different things. I wanted to see if we can perhaps get all the RSS feeds coming in correctly. I want to get that in. And then I also want to RSS podcast feeds. And then I also wanted to try to do some date timestamping of when a blog happens or when a podcast happens. Find the most recent one, and then if there's a newer one, then send a push notification. We probably won't do the push notification, but I want to get into the zone of possibilities of doing a push notification. So Lou says, just before you went live, my next post on Twilio series went live. Another one? Whoa, cool. Congrats, that's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how you build it out and what all is in store for that. That'd be super cool. Yeah, awesome. All right, everyone, let's head over to the surface. I'm trying out this new hype thing. I don't know what it's all about. I don't know if it'll work actually. But I saw that Clark.io, Mr. Brian Clark, had it going, and I was trying to be the hype boss. I don't actually know how it works or if it's actually going to work at all, but I'm going to test it out. I like that I'm the hype boss currently, so like anytime you cheer or do bits or there's a follower or a subscriber, it's supposed to like do something. I'm not sure. I'm not positive, and I couldn't really test it, so I just assume that it works, question mark. Like I went and I followed their guidelines. I was like, oh, let me try this out, right? Let me just bop, 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 bop. I think I need to activate that maybe. All right, maybe that'll do it. Oh, there we go. Stream Elements bot is running. That's what I needed to do. Probably. Maybe that's what it needed to like loop in, I bet. Maybe now it'll work. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know anything about the stream elements, but I was like, I'm gonna try it out. Maybe I'll just be the hype boss for the entire time. But it's supposed to be like anytime everyone like follows or subscribes or cheers, then like the person, you can get your face up there. I have no idea if it works though. I have no idea. But according to this, it looks like it does. I don't know. It says it's active. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It'll be an adventure in me not understanding how stream elements works. We'll see. But now the bot's running, so that's positive. So cool. All right. Anyways, all right. So as always, working in the Hanselman.Forms application, and I am streaming at 720p because I forgot to set it back to 1080p. But there's also some, partners in the house working today, so I don't want to bog down her stream at all. Coding, so making sure that we're here. All right, cool. So let's see what we got. Let's go back to our live here. Loop. All right, so this is still the app, and what we wanted to do was something. Oh, we're gonna work on some backend services. So we have our functions. Why is that you get there? We have our functions over here. And if you recall, we have some triggers. So right now we have a podcast trigger, boop, and it doesn't do anything. So that's interesting. And then we also have a new timer function. And these timer functions, are they all the same? Podcast functions? I probably should rename that to blog functions. But normally what this does, let me turn off word wrap. Whenever I work in HTML, I always like to do word wrap. And then when I like to not do that, I have to turn it off. I wish there was an easy way to enable or disable. But so what I've been doing is I've been reading in like the blog feed here. So I have like this blog, I can read it. And then I've just been outputting it here to like the JSON. It's kind of cool. And then whenever somebody, this is like just reading it in, file read, HTTP trigger. Oh, nothing is impossible. Oh, look, it worked. James 3UK just subscribed, knocked it down. Cool, awesome. James 3UK, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Super duper appreciate that. Should have like somehow set have the blog items that have come in. And I think what we want to do is just write down the last time on disk, right? Yes, that's right. Jay Wood, I am a light theme. Well, default blue theme. Default blue theme. All day, every day. Environment, blue. Because light, does it actually work without it? Good luck. This is going to be too much. No, it's too much. It's a pretty nice theme. I could do blue extra contrast. Oh, I actually like that. I'm going to do blue extra contrast because if anyone needs extra contrast, maybe visually impaired a little bit, boom, get that extra contrast. So we're going to set this out. I don't know if it needs to be JSON, but everything could have a standardization. So there's no audio. Is it muted? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I feel blessed. Okay, cool. All right. Perfect. Good. That's always, you know what the worst is when you stream? Is when you stream and you are like 20, 30 minutes into the stream and you're just like going to town, just like coding or gaming. And you have people that are watching you. And then they tell you 30 minutes into your stream, like someone comes and is like, no audio. And you're like, oh. Or worse, I recorded a whole like 1 hour one when I was really early on doing game streaming. And then I went and watched it back and I had no audio and just no one told me. But there were people watching. It was very strange. Good. Thank you so much for confirming that. Super duper rad. And then also, thank you to Arlyn Janiera for the follow. I appreciate that. All right. Hey, Pindex, how's it going? Good to see you. So let us do a model. It's going to be so simple. I'm just going to say, not class 1, but we'll say update stamp. Update timestamp. Boom. Public class update. Update timestamp. And then in here, it'll be like, oh no, what emote's that? That's a cool emote. Video. Ha! So we're gonna need a public, probably like date, time, offset maybe, or date, time. We'll see what comes in. Time. Last update. Cool. So in a world where this is good, what we want to do is probably say, here's my blog feed. We parse it. We do have the pub date, which is a string. Okay, now we know that if we go into our controls, date times, everyone has fun with times. We know that it's a date time try parse. Outvar time. I don't know what it is though. But we should have a storage explorer here. That. And then what else? We should go into our, where's my local at? Local, storage accounts, emulator, blob, containers. How's blob container? No, not SAS. Tables, queries. Nope.
Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible.
Schwa77, thank you for the sub, your Twitch Prime. You only get one of those every month, and I appreciate you being here with me. Thank you so much. Get some Dukes in your life. And of course, we make some sweet charities as well to the Duke Langer Foundation. Let's see. Why is this not loading? Come on. Oh, is it not running? That's probably why. Let's see. Well, what we can do is always store the current timestamp as is. So we should be able to say var time, and this would be blog items dot first or default dot publish date var out time. Oh yeah, if we can try parse it, then we'll get the publish date, we'll get the new time, and then what we can do is we can say here we're gonna write it, but we also need to, funnily enough, read it. Huh. Yeah, that's a good question. How, can I read and write this? See if it gets mad at me. Out last. In last update log. There is a read write. That's a good question. There is a read write option, but that will throw an exception inside of a Azure function. So fun fact there. You can't have the stream for read and write purposes, or so they tell me. So. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yeah. But I think you can just pass it another blob. I mean, this is my assumption, but who knows? It's a valid question. All right, so we have our last in, and this is our JSON, var in JSON, or time JSON. So what we want to do is muy bien. Good, good. Glad that you're good. Great. I like being great. I took one summer class of Spanish, although my partner's fluent in Spanish, so that helps. And then we could say var, and we'll get a time stamp. We'll say JSON convert dot deserialize object. This will be an update time stamp, and we'll pass into JSON time JSON. All right, and then we're probably going to refactor this into a helper method too. Yeah, probably this stuff. Okay, and then what we can do is do time stamp. No, get rid of this, and then we'll say if time stamp equal null. Then what we'll want to do is send push notification, because here if it reads it, yeah, this might just blow up actually, because there might not be anything in it. Say do something like if in last blog update equals null, then like it doesn't exist yet, and we probably just need to write it out to disk. And else if, there we go, send push notification, and then also we want to do something like, oh, this will be here, this down here, and then send push notification. Oh yeah, so don't send a push notification, but we probably need to write it. Trying to think of how to do this correctly. So we get a last update blog, First update, publish date, timeout. If this is null, then this is easy. We can say time stamp equals a new date timestamp. Last update equals date time dot now. UT. Okay. My assumption here is that I don't know if it stores it in UTC, so we definitely need to breakpoint that puppy here and see. Well, not that one, but this one. See what this publish date actually is, if it's in UTC or not. Assumption is that it should be in UTC, but you never know. So then here what we'll want to do is say if yeah, that would like always exist. Else we could just do something like if timestamp not equal null, if timestamp dot last update is less than the latest blog time here, put this here. Okay, so if the last time we wrote to disk is less than the last time, or is if the new post is newer, right? We just do it this way. If this is, I can do it old school. If this does not equal null, and if something equals null, that's going to be like bad news for everybody involved. But well, I guess that means we wouldn't have written it out yet. Also, I think that's okay because this must always exist because this would be here. Okay, cool. Timestamp. It's greater than. I guess I could say 2 universal time. It's greater than. Let's do this. 8 times. Use a time service to travel in time to unit test. No unit test. Never a unit test. That's what I say. Never. Greater than the last blog is greater than the timestamp dot last update. Then here we want to send push notification that there was a new blog. Boom. And additionally, we would want to do some stuff. But if it's not newer, then we can just set the timestamp. Look at this. Cool. Bar. Let's do this. Equals true. And this would be equals true. Then, whenever we do the timestamp, what we can do is if we're going to save it, then we can do the outlog. Yes. Where's my stream writer at? This puppy here. And then we can do a bunch of logging. We'll say, how do you go, Adam asks, how do you go about sending a push notification through an Azure function? That's a great question. So that will end up doing through App Center. App Center has an API that we can call. So we'll put that into our app sometime into the future. So we're just going to comment it for now. But we will create a, we'll have some keys for App Center, and App Center will have an API that we can call to send a push notification to our applications through that way. So it'll just be like a get or a put, basically. We'll send it, tell it what it needs to do, and then boom, good to go, which is cool. Because they have API for everything, so you can do an API through their stuff. But yeah, that's it. Let's see. Why? Had issues with now 29 February once a year. No money transfer on that date. I don't know what that means, Bogus. I need more context. But this should work because it's still the date. I mean, I guess. No, it would still work. It should still work. So here we're going to then do a. We're gonna do out last blog update. Boop. And then here we'll just say JSON convert dot serialize object, and we'll pass it the time stamp. Boom. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Show the blogs. Oh, yeah, so if I went to, I go here, I go to Scott's blog, there should be there's a time there, but I think it should be, yeah, here's the feed, and page source. It's a GMT timestamp, so last build date. I think pub date. That's what we're gonna find. We're gonna get a GMT time back, at least for this one. So that is good. Yeah. But we can double check this. We can say var time equals like that, and then we can say if universal time, and then we can say here there we go. Now the question is, did I do any of this correct? That's the question, but we can test it. And I probably want to refactor this because this Azure Function's looking a little big. Oh, okay. There we go. But we'll at least do this. Oh, we should probably also do what? Oh, no, it's going to happen. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and Windows wants to update. Oh, compute emulator. I was like, oh, Windows wants to update because I see that little Windows icon. I'm like, ah. Ba-da-da-da-da. All right, so get, oh, update blog feed. There we go. Boop. So we should hit a break point. Oh, I think I messed it up. Okay, so now it has something, which is interesting. So, because I hit it, but I didn't add a breakpoint, so that's good. So our publish date here is gonna be what? Come on, IntelliSense. Execute that. Nope. Let's see. Put it in our watch window. All right, so it's, yeah, it's this GMT time, which should give us a time of what? But the latest blog time. Kind, local. So, oh, that's of interest. So it, oh no, it has the time. It should have the time. So okay, so it's at, it says 1:45 p.m. What it says. Oh. So if we go to his blog, say his blog doesn't say what time he did it at. Interesting. Okay. But my assumption could be that what? If the first post was at UTC timestamps, 3:30. I don't know, 136, 128, 12 UTC. Okay. What's a date time now, UTC? What time zone is that? How do I get... Oh, kind, UTC. Okay, so this should be all right. Because here... Do we know the... Will it know the time zone? Tuesday local time of day. Do I have to do date time offset? Is that what I need to do? If I do date time offset dot parse that. Oh. Let me see. And then probably this thing. Let's see if the storage. Relative to UTC. I think that's what I want. Yeah. So, all right, let's try this again. Date time offset UTC now. And I think that this no longer... I don't know. Need to breakpoint this thing. Local, storage explorer, emulator, blob containers. There we go. So, yeah, if we looked at this, so I open it. There we go. So, yeah, it gives me information. Let's delete that. Delete. And then debug this again. Delete. Delete. 8 time zones. Now is problematic. That's why it's, yeah, UTC now. Now is a problematic. Is always problematic unless you're always wanting to do against the local user's device, and then that's when it really comes in. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. All right, so here we can see like it doesn't exist yet, so like that's good. And then the timestamp is going to be a timestamp of this UTC of date time 8:45 p.m. and it knows UTC date time basically. Cool. And then got it. We can then continue on. So that's going to write it to disk. I do it again. All right, so now the blog exists. So that's good. And then what we want to do is attempt to parse it. We get it. And it is date time. Oh, the offset is 0. And this one is 0. GMT offset. GMT offset. But is GMT offset always 0? Some locations use the term GMT instead of UTC for their local times. I hate time zones. I use Nota Time, yeah. In a world where Nota Time does it. Email time indicator plus 000. Okay, yeah, so this is correct then, because it's GMT. This will be GMT offset. This should work okay. So at least his blog does it. So yeah, plus 00, and then his. It's impossible, Clinton, to ever solve any time zone issues ever. Yeah, because here we try parse, and then I don't think I even need to universal time it. So this says 8:45 p.m.
Some people dream of success while you're gonna
The same.
wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible.
Well, Clark.io coming in hard. Oh my goodness, what is happening here? We got bits flying. Oh my goodness. Clark.io coming in with a tier 1 sub. Appreciate Mikey M. Prague coming in. Super duper appreciate that for the gift sub. Of course, we give a bunch of charities. Also, Clinton coming in hard with the 200 bits, giving away some pride emotes to everyone in the chat. Awesome. Appreciate that. Clark.io.
While you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible.
Veles, thank you for the subscription as well. Super duper appreciate that. Also, just super duper rad. Awesome. Well, oh, from the Clark.io. Oh my goodness, coming in hard. There you go. Pulling up that hype boss. I stole the hype boss from your stream. I have no idea how it works. I'm so puzzled and confused by it, but I think I turned it on correct. You'll have to maybe email me how you did it, because I just turned on the defaults and I was like, oh, that seems cool. We'll see how it works, basically. So, yeah, also, if people don't know right now, Twitch is doing a thing where wherever you give bits, you get really cool, you give away cool pride emotes for the month when you do 200 bits or more, which is super duper rad. So, yeah, Clarkio, we're working on some date time stuff because everyone loves date time. So right now I'm parsing Hanselman's blog feed, and what I'm trying to do is basically attempt to figure out when there was a new blog post. And when there was a new blog post, then I want to send a push notification. And I have this Azure function that triggers every 30 minutes or so right here. And it writes his blog to disk, and it will also read and write out the last update information. So I think we have it. I'm feeling pretty decent about this here, because now we figured out that we should use date time offset, which is good. His blog last time was 8:45 p.m., which I think that is correct. If we look at the publish date here, refresh that thing. Yeah, check that out. So yeah, right there, 8:45 GMT. Boom. Coming in hard. So that looks good. I think the GMT timestamp, the time parse, figures it out. If this thing now we can use instead of this universal timestamp, bingo bango, and we should say save timestamp, last read, boom. Cool. All right, so let's fix this up just a tiny bit here. We no longer need this. We delete this and delete this. So we're going to be doing this quite a bit. Not only for, we're not going to do it for the tweets. That would just be a little bit much for you to get a push notification. You can subscribe over there, which I think is really cool. And if you don't know what the hype boss thing is, I stole Clark's stuff. So that did that work? Oh, interesting. I wonder if Stream Deck or Streamlabs took over the bot from Nightbot. Oh, interesting. Can you only have one bot in the stream at a single time? That doesn't make any sense. Right, let's try that again. Odd Nightbot. Okay, that should work. Huh. Interesting. That doesn't work. You refresh this chat room. Maybe it disconnected from me. Oh man, now Clark.io just has all the XP. Just so much XP. Alright, let's see here. Huh. Where it didn't actually pop up. Hello? Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Do you all see my chats? I'm so confused. Oh, I don't see my own chats in my thing. Huh. That's strange. That is strange. That is very strange. Did the Twitch chat go down? Very confused. Oh. That's interesting. I think it did. Huh. Weird. That is very strange. Huh. That's very odd. Well, it's gonna be not cool if the chat doesn't work at all. Huh. See, I'm gonna go to my own stream on my other one over here. Huh. I think Twitch is having some serious issues right now. Ooh. Twitch status. Is Twitch down? Yeah, there's a lot of reports right now. I think Clark.io just broke it. Twitch support. Nothing. Twitch ingest. Huh. Peculiar. All right, so that works. Hello, world. Oh my. All right, well, I'll just continue on. Apparently the stream is working. It doesn't appear like the chat is working, though. It's very strange. Let me go over to... Now I am meta hosting you, lols. All right, interesting. Huh. Peculiar. Try it from my phone. Very, very strange. All right, well, I have no idea what's happening on the chat room. I can't see or update anything. It's very sad. Oh. Oh. Someone tweet at me. Someone tweet at me and let me know if Huh. There we go. Thanks, Adam. So weird. Alright, well, at least you can hear me. That's very sad, though. I don't know if I'm going to get notifications or anything coming in. I wonder if they're just having an API outage currently. So sad. Well, thank you, Adam, for letting me know. You know, Clark.io comes in and he breaks the stream. We can hear you. Yay! Thanks, Clinton. Appreciate that. I can't see anything. Can you all see each other's chat? Maybe I just can't see my own chat. So strange. All right, well, let's continue on since everyone can hear me, and maybe it'll just start working again. All right, so this looks good. I'm relatively happy about this code, but we want to do this. No timestamp exists. Setting. No timestamp file exists. Sad face. And then I can say else latest blog, and we can say let's do this. We'll say latest blog time, and then here what we'll do is we'll say last previous blog time. We are timestamp.last update, and then we can say log information, and we'll say new blog. Boom. Sending push notification. All right. Keep checking Twitter if you tweet at me. It's not just your stream. Okay. Wow, crazy. Chat doesn't work. Stream is okay. Chat is broken. Chat is dead for everyone. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for the bits. Appreciate it. Thanks for being awesome.
Nothing is impossible.
My name is Scott Hanselman. You can find me on the internet.
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
Play all the sound effects for everybody. All right, cool. This is great. We'll have an interactive chat room on here. That's good. So cool. All right, so we want to refactor this code because it's gross, and we're gonna want to use it again. That is for sure. Let's refactor, extract this method. Oh, perfect. And we will call this check for new blog. Check for for update check for update. It's a bad name, a terrible name. All right, so let's see what it's taking in here. We have a stream, which is out last blog. So this will be out last blog, in last blog, iLogger, log feed items. But we definitely don't want that. We can just pass in this string. We'll say string timestamp. We'll say then here let's do this. That's good. And then we'll have the latest. Last entry time. All right, cool. So in here we have in rename, out stream, rename, in stream, and a logger. So what this is going to do is it's going to say no stamp file exists, and it's going to write one. Else, can't do it. This will put a breakpoint there, and this can do a bool. And what we can do here is we can say var send push notification equals false, and here we will do a return. There we go. Here we will say true. Should send. Cool. All right. Rad. That is good. So stream, in stream, out stream, and now we just have this, and we can say if this, then send push notification. And here we can take all of this code that we just wrote. We can put it into a helpers, add a new, and we'll say time helpers. Time helpers. We'll call it a internal static class. And here we'll call this check if new entry. Here we will add all of our timestamp stuff. Cool. Previous time, new item, latest entry, previous entry time. Cool, cool, cool. Check if new entry. Here we'll take in. Ooh. I don't know what that iLogger is. What is that iLogger? And this is going to be this time helpers. Here we go. And we'll say this will be hub 8. Say oh yeah, it should be an internal. Oh, and then I need to make sure what is that logger? iLogger. System Microsoft extensions. Welcome anyone to the chat. The chat is broken, so that's why it's static, which is super duper rad. And people have been letting us know that the chat is broken here, so that's awesome. Awesome. I love it when the chat's broken, so there's that. That's very random. Although not just my stream apparently, so that is very good. So, okay, cool. Let us then, yeah, check this out. So let's say that we run this puppy, right? So we come in, send it here, and let's check it. Let's check it out. Log function. Some breakpoints here. And we're going to call blog update. Cool. Also, I have no idea if people are doing things because I can't see if there was any subscriptions or things going on, which is rad. Cool. I hope the subs count stuff and follower count is down. We're almost at 1,200, so that's good. So let's see here. We have time helpers, we have a last, we have an in, we have a logger, we have a pub date. Let us go in here. Now, what we're gonna notice is the last time would have been today. But if I was to put something like tomorrow in here, right, and change the last time entry, what we should hopefully, do it. Try that again. Okay. So this entry here, we can change to the 8th. Okay. Then that should, how come that didn't parse? In the future. That really doesn't parse? How come that doesn't parse? False. Oh, because it says Tuesday. That is entertaining. So let's set as next statement again. And that'll be not Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that should be sat. And then that should parse. There we go. So now we just kind of changed our time span. So what we should see here is we have an old timestamp of who didn't do it. What? Uh-oh. That didn't work. That's not good. It's gonna throw an exception. Ah. Well then, all right, let's try this again. Let's delete that file. I'm curious if peculiar. I'm curious if, no, that should work. All right, so I do this. The in stream is null, in which we write this timestamp out. Cool. Outstream, watchable. Make sure this actually does it. Can write, true. And we're serializing this out. Cool. And do this then. So now, if I do it again, Get rid of these. And we have a stream now because it's from dis. And then we can change this to, I wonder if just because I was moving it around, it got all mad at me. So if I do Saturday, parse it. Latest blog time, 6/8. In stream, which can be red. Okay, there it goes. It exists. Cool. And we deserialize it, and we have an updated timestamp of 9. Okay. Previous. So the latest blog time is 6/8. The last one was 6/7, which means that yes, in fact, a new item. We should send a push notification, and we should save it. Well, we should save the new timestamp, which is this one. Boop, boop, boop. Can I still write? Amazing. Perfect. Send a push notification. Boom. So now if we double check this file, how do we do that? Refresh. See if this works. Writing blog, reading the finished blog. It's funny that it doesn't give me all the output though. Getting blog feed. Blog information. Blog. I wonder if I need to pass it as reference. But it doesn't like log inside of it, perhaps? Kind of weird. Oh, got a new icon. So now we get the 6/7 last update. Is that right? That does not seem correct. Come on, Azure Functions. Okay, so let's try this again. 8 sat does it. Boom. We read this in from disk. Saves it. This is what it saved as previously. Notepad. Okay. I'm curious if I can't do this read write thing. It would be really annoying. But here it's going to be like, no, that's totally newer. Okay. Oh, how come the timestamp is wrong? Whoa, who? Oh, I'm an idiot. Whoops. Okay. So, because I'm silly, here we just need to say that the timestamp dot last equals the latest time. There we go. These are all really bad names for things too. So timestamp, save timestamp, send push notification, timestamp, save timestamp. The idea that this just says timestamp is not ideal. But I should probably do something like this. Previous timestamp. This, right? Then this goes here. Boom. And then that's the previous. If the latest is greater than the previous last update, then set the timestamp. Not set. A new timestamp of, not now, but this one. Not that one. This one. Boop. And last blog time is not a good name, because this should be rename last entry time. Cool. Whoa, and why is that? What did I just do? Oh. It's just the same variable. Oh, geez. Rename last date. Last entry. Date time. This would be entry string. There we go. String. It's a string. I'm so mad at the stuff. Ooh. Oh no. The error for Twitch is GraphQL. One or more GraphQL errors detected. Oh my god. Subscribe balloon user. Huh. Curious. Strange. Nothing. Why would that do that? Huh. Error for Twitches. One or more. Curious. Recommended channels. Twitch. It has to do, it must have something to do with this. Twitch chat status. Twitch. I noticed that there was a lot of reports, right? So something is awry in here, because this obviously looks bad, right? So that's not good. These are terrible websites though. So like down detect, like Europe. Okay, cool. I'm feeling pretty good about this logic though thus far. So we come in, we say, hey, like, what's your stream like? Here's your date time. I don't necessarily love that the blog function like needs to take in so many parameters, but I guess that's fine. Like, could be worse. I wish that it was read write, but it can't be read write, so. I wonder if the GraphQL messed up. The last thing that happened is we had some subs and some community GIFs. I'm going to ask someone to do it. Can somebody... I'm curious. Can you... Yeah, I think that the bot worked. I bet... Can someone do a... like 1 bit? Someone has a bit sitting around. Can someone just do a bit? Because my assumption is like if I do this, that worked. Okay. So at least that webhook is in. Yeah, someone do a single bit. I want to see if that works. Because I'm not getting any events at all either in the last 33 minutes, which is very strange. The test one, but weird. Well, after I end this stream, I'll start a new stream and then we can test it again, apparently. All right, well, this is good. So we have our client come in. We can send a push notification here. Let's do this. I don't think I can do that. Ah. If you set a bit, I know. And no one knows why, Chris Jones. It's a secret. Fatality. Yep. Broken. Okay, cool. It's not just my stream though, and that's what's important. But I think that here, nothing is working. Yeah. Remember that time when Twitch broke? Twitch chat broke? That was right now. See what happens when I Twitch stream early and it's raining outside? All right, so let me text my buddy at Twitch. On. I'm gonna say red flag. Twitch stream broken. Where's he at, Jesse? Twitch stream broken, bro. Fix it. Network error. There we go. All right, cool. Just texting my bro at Twitch. We'll see what happens. All right, so now let's do something else. So we have our let's go ahead and plug that in. Let's plug it into our changes. So this commit will be add ability to parse blog latest entry. And what I can do here is let's do this. What I'll do is I will add a not the stream, but the Twitch chat broken. There we go. Now everyone knows. Now everyone knows. And let's go ahead and stage and commit this pup. So the next thing we want to do is we also want to parse some RSS feeds. So we had done this previous and we still do it inside of our blog or podcast. Yep, right here. We commented it all out, but it's here. So these are the pod feeds, it looks like here. So what we want to do is have a podcast function, and this one is just going to run podcast update. So what we should be able to do is do a var and we'll call this podcast. We'll create a new dictionary of string. And I think I can do that new cool syntax, which is like minutes dot is that the syntax? Equals like minutes dot JSON equals, where's our code at? Boop. This. And then, yeah, that works. Cool. So then, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I guess I could do... this is a good idea too. I could do, this would be kind of interesting. I could just do a stream. Kind of weird. But if we did a string stream, I know it's gonna sound a little funky, but what if we did that, right? And then here we did one. We did this out life. So then what we could do is something like we could like loop around it. We could like loop through all of these podcasts and then update them. So let us see here. The one thing that we used to have is we used to have this xdoc that did what? Parse RSS feeds. Let's grab this out of here. Boop. And let's go into our Twitter helpers, time helpers, feed item help, parse blog feed. So let us do this. We'll do an internal static list of what is it going to be? Twitch streaming is not as fun when there's no chat room, by the way, so there's that. Because now it's just me by myself. Me by myself, and it's very sad. And I don't know if bits are working or not. That's super sad. I'm really sad. What is this gonna give me? A list of feed items. Okay. Oh, sorry. We don't need to even do that. So this is just gonna get everything we need? Question mark. Nope. This should give us a all static list of feed item. Probably want it to be a podcast. Parse podcast feed string RSS. There we go. And then we should be able to do something like this. Make it not this. And a background thread. Boop. Get rid of, oh yeah, there we go. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. There we go. Cool. All right, so in this version, my secure gift, now following, super duper appreciate that. We're just gonna assume that things are still working. Things maybe are coming back, question mark. We gotta follow. Oh my goodness, that's good. That is good that that works at least. Now I don't know if the hype thing is working though, but getting closer. All right, so it looks like here we have a title, description, probably what we need inside of our shared models is a podcast. That's a podcast. We have podcast episodes. Okay, cool. So this will be a list of podcasts. Oh, testing. Oh, Clinton's back. Testing. Uh-oh. Oh, we're back. Jesse coming in, fixed. You fixed it. All right. It's back. Get those emotes out. Just be careful of what emotes you use, apparently. All right, we're back. And now it's kind of like everyone's rating. Oh my gosh. Ah, there we go. Cool. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna fix this too while we're here. This where's my raid overlay? That should be like up here. Boop. Hype raid. Is that my own? I created my own raid. Right. We're back. Right. We got the power. Oh, let me see if this works. Yeah, it worked. There we go. Cool. Awesome. I don't actually know if that works now, but cool. Awesome. Lovely. Welcome back, everybody. It was very sad for a long time. I didn't have you in my life. I was gone. I don't know what happened. Alicio, welcome back. Genescu, CM, Chris Jones, welcome. Everything is working again. Stream is lagging. I hope not. My bitrate says 0 drop frames. What are we making? That's a great question. Right now we're working on, now that my chat works, we're working on Hanselman.Forms over here. And we are currently working on a backend to parse podcast feeds inside of, I guess I could launch the application. Do I have that over? All about Hanselman, you know, that's the...
Hey, friends.
Welcome back, friends. So the application, let's see over here, Hanselman is this one. And we have been completely redoing the app. Oh, refresh. When in doubt, refresh. So we completely have been redoing this app. So this is like an old branch, but we've been completely redoing it. And right now we're optimizing our backend. So when we read in blog feeds and Twitter feeds and things like that, it's super duper nice. So let's see if we can get the emulator up and running. I'll probably just have it around. So right now we're working on doing some podcast stuff here and figuring out how we want to display this information. So there you go. Cool. When in doubt, refresh Twitch. That is the pro tip. So feed item helpers. All right, so we're gonna create a new podcast episode. Ooh. Here we're gonna do that. So we have a title, we have a date, we have a episode URL. That's what we're calling it there. I don't know if we have a category. If not, we should put one in there. Description, an image that is artwork URL. Oop. We can do a public int. Is that what that is? ID. Why not? The power of refreshing. Let's see if we have everything. Title, date, MP3, duration. Do we have that? Let's see what Hanselman's feed gives us. That's good. Oops. Where'd it go? There we go. Oh, it's back. It's a very big feed. Come on. So, pub date, last build date, link. See here. iTunes summary, description, title, permalink, pub date, author, links, content encoded. Don't need that. I don't know if we're even going to get information about... Is this .NET Core? Oh, this is an Azure Function. So Azure Function does run as a .NET Core app. It's a .NET Core app that runs serverless. So all of this is run up into the cloud. And then the app is a Xamarin app written in C# and .NET that talks to those backend services. So that's what we have going on here. And the plan was previously the app would... I don't know if this app's going to work, actually, because I don't know when the last time I deployed it was. So maybe we need to deploy a new version of it. I think oh, there we go. Yeah, so the app previously went to go to communicate to it's probably, this is the old version of it, I think. Actually, like, parses his feed directly. And now we're going to actually hit our back end and actually parse it correctly. There we go. Boop. Yeah. Nice. So right now in the podcast area, we're just pulling in like...
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up.
Nice code phobia. Thank you so much for the raid coming in. Get those raid emotes blasting everyone's way. Get those dukes out. Boop, 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 boop. I just like to do it. Thank you so much, Code Phobia, for the raid coming in. I appreciate that. We're knocking down Clark.io one bit at a time. Welcome everyone to the stream. We got about another half hour or so coming in. Thank you for the love. I super duper appreciate it. Right now we're working on Hanselman.Forms application. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a backend for this here. So I just talked about we're creating a backend inside of for our blogs and for our tweets. So instead of hitting Hanselman's blog directly, I have an Azure function that hits every half an hour or so to update his blog feed. And previously, like, right before everyone got in, we just finished a Azure function back here that will actually read in his blog, and then it also reads and writes out a timestamp of the last blog. And in the future, we'll be able to send a push notification from our Azure function every time that Hanselman does a blog post, which is super cool, to our mobile application. So welcome. If it's your first time, James Montemagno. I'm a program manager over at Microsoft. Our chat now works, so that's super duper good. I don't know if it broke for you, Code Phobia, but it definitely broke for me. And I focus on mobile application with .NET over there, so I'm always having fun over here doing some stuff. Yeah, mine super broke. It was just like, nah. Like, nah, fam. So, all right, we need to get category. I don't know is category even in here? You used to have it, I guess. So many lurkers, who can ever tell? Well, my chat just completely stopped working 100%. It was just like, nah. We'll do public, like nothing worked. My chat, my voice worked, my audio worked, my video worked, but my chat room was all like, nah. Apparently it was happening all over the place. How do we get this image here? I wonder if I need to ask Hanselman. Oh, here it is. iTunes image. Huh. I wonder if there's an inclusion for image. Cool. Have fun. Thank you so much. And thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Of course, we'll pay it back in the future. So thanks, Cophobia. Have a good one. Good luck at the appointment. Yeah, correct. So my secure gift asks, is an Azure function similar in AWS Lambda? That is correct. So an Azure function is just like that. Or Google also has one, but it's serverless event-driven compute, where you just host it out there and things trigger it and you have inputs and outputs. So it's pretty nice. So you can do things like, have timers that do it, a web request or a webhook or anything like that. So, and then you deploy it. But the cool thing is that we can debug this locally. So, for instance, let's do this, actually. We can debug it all local. So here what I'm going to do is I'll walk it through. So here I have this function called podcast update. So that's going to be my endpoint. Now in debug mode, I'm just going to give it a HTTP request, basically, so I can debug it and hit it. But when I release it, it's going to have this timer that runs every 3 hours. Because here every 180 minutes or so, it's going to run. That's the plan, at least. I think I can fix this timer up to be a little bit better. And then it's going to take in some files that are write, so I can write to these files. So I can I have 3 different JSON files I can write to, and then it takes in an HTTP client that I can call. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say right now, just to test this, we are going to do a var RSS, and we'll say podcast sub0 dot key. Oh, dot first here. Dot key. There we go. Just gonna bring that out, and what we're gonna do is say var, and we'll say XML, and we'll say await, and we'll say client.get string async RSS. It's gonna be really big, and then we're gonna say var parse, and we'll say feed item helpers dot parse podcast feed XML. URL. I like that a little bit better, and this will be RSS, and I like to match my names. All right, cool. So now I can hit this debug here, which is cool. And my buddy at Twitch is like, sorry. So here I just have this Azure CLI. So this ships as part of Visual Studio or VS Code. And a bunch of stuff just happened. Like a bunch of things are, kind of spinning up here. Then it gives us these URLs. See? I have like get tweets, update here. I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. And then we go to our browser and just do that. And then we're going to get a breakpoint right here. Cool. And we're going to just debug this thing. Let's do it. Boop, 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 boop. We got this huge RSS back. Cool. And then we're going to need to go into our feed item, which this will come in here. Got a weird format on it, but sure. Closure. Interesting. Okay, so should probably have a better way of doing this, but let's look at this. What's in here? xdocument.descendants. Pin this here. The pinning is broken, I think, in the latest version. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is Visual Studio 2019. Oh my goodness. What did I do? Oh, it's very upset at me. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I did not mean to pin that. How do I unpin it? Oh no. Oh no. I just broke it. It just load like 5 megs up into it's I guess I shouldn't have done that. Come on, Visual Studio. Jeez, what did I do? Very confused. Like I pinned. Oh, I can remove the pin there. There it is. Get rid of this pin. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I have faith in you, Visual Studio. I think it's just constantly reading in this 5 meg file, just like nonstop. It's like cool, cool, cool. Did I just remove it? I'm just gonna continue on because I think I broke it. Visual Studio is so mad at me right now. Oh god. Oh gosh. How do I clear? There we go. All right. Whatever I did, don't do what I just did. That's for sure. When you have like a 5 meg RSS feed, maybe don't just let that linger. Gonna let it linger. All right, cool. Cool. All right, let's try this again. So we don't need any of these. Gonna work. Boop. So we have our X document. Let's look at our locals. And then we have where the descendants at? I guess if I just look at the first node, I don't know how to even document. If I just do this. Or watch window. They're all boop. Okay. So there, and then we should be able to do like sub-0 dot element closure. There we go. Okay, cool. But probably we want to watch a few of these. We're just trying to debug and figure out what's inside of it, basically. So inside the item is gonna be a bunch of items, and I want like a list of all of the nodes. Okay, so there's the enclosure. I wonder if I can get element iTunes image. What I if I do this again. So there's this enclosure, and the enclosure gives us what? It gives us the audio type, the length. Oh, that's going to give us everything. Okay, so should have like a notepad for this. Come on. I need to reevaluate it. Okay, cool. So it doesn't give us everything. It does give us the length, and it gives us a URL, the podcast. So the question is, if I do xdoc.descendant item dot first dot element iTunes art, wasn't in there. Was it? Wasn't it iTunes art? Enclosure iTunes image. That's what I want. Nope. iTunes. Oh. There's content. Wonder how did I get this? I thought that Hanselman maybe. I get that artwork because he does artwork individual for each podcast. But let's double check this actually. Let's make sure that this is really what I want. I can almost guarantee it is. Yes. Okay, so we need to figure out how to get that. It comes from Simplecast. Aww. But I believe that he builds this website with an RSS. Oh, interesting. Okay, so he has artwork for every single person with slash. Oh, interesting. 681.jpg. That didn't work. Nope. Okay, hold on. images.hanselminutes.com/images/copy.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Sid Willis, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. All right, cool. So there is a way of formatting this image. The question is, at least for Hanselman's blog, how do we figure out the number there? That is definitely not going to be in here somewhere. It's the iTunes episode. I think that I can. How do I? It's because it's in this iTunes namespace. Did that somehow? I have it somewhere in this, my private repo somewhere. We're getting closer though. Oop. How did I do it? Like Blog Monster has it, but iTunes. To this, I have to do like this extensions thing. I have to, I mean, ideally I would just like to have something else in there. Okay, so that's X element. Then I have iTunes extension. Where do I use it at? There we go. Nope. Oh, it's in here. Feed. Syndication. The syndication feed. X. What we need to Google is how to need to get out of the X document. X iTunes. Process iTunes Play with XML. I don't think that's it. Tunes. That's what it is. Oh, you just need the namespace. Interesting. Okay. plus subtitle dot value. Okay. So what we should be able to do then, if this is correct, and that would be amazing if so, this would be the item. This would be the plus that. Functionalization of code. Yeah. And then we could probably even get a episode number off of this. Right, it's a huge XML. So here we go. We just want this stuff. Perfect. Oh, that actually has a duration. So if I was to put it in here, we have title, author, image, summary, duration. That's a time span. So we could have a duration. The duration. And then we could also do episode. Episode number. There we go. Okay, cool. So this may work. NS. Okay. All right. I'm fingers crossed here. It's interesting. I want that. Was that correct? Oh, I don't know if the category will work. Actually, we'll see. We shall see. Podcast update. Boop. All right, cool. So, did I do anything? Try it again. I didn't put a breakpoint, so that's good. Breakpoint, go. Parse. Let's see what we got. 600 items. It's a lot of items, so that's why. Okay, so thus far in our parse, some stuff is not working. So, or so we know. This is the latest episode. So, ID is 0, which is probably not correct. The episode, yeah, URL works. The MP3 file works. The explicit tag, that probably is just defaulting to false, but episode number, duration, so all of those don't work. So that's good. That is good. Let's look again here at the... Oh, wait, this is... That's the enclosure. Item, attribute, element. What it is. These are elements of it, not attributes. Yeah. How do I create an iOS app with Xamarin? Go to docs.microsoft.com. Go right here. Yep. I mean, this will walk you through everything you need to do. When in doubt, go to docs. All right. All right. Let's see if this works. Cross my fingers because I got only a few mins left on here. Oh, cool. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, please work. I love you so much. We're getting closer. All right. So, yeah, you will need a Mac to do it. That's correct. But you can also use Mac and Cloud, or if you have Mac, you can just use your Mac. So now we have duration. We don't have category. We almost have artwork URL. Episode number works. That's rad. Date is coming through. Category I knew wouldn't work, but I think it is close. Where's category? I think this is where that one doesn't work though, but that one should work. Right? iTunes image href. Oh, element. I gotta get the element dot value. No, dot attribute of href. That's what it is. As string. Dot value. Yep. Because if you look at this here, so author, image is an attribute, duration, summary, episode type, all that good stuff. Cool. Try it again. Please work for me. I will love you forever. Cool. All right. I think once we're close, then next week we can really rush this, I think. Parse. Category still didn't work, but I don't know what it is. Oh, yes. But we did get this. Look at this. We don't even need the category. It's silly, but the category is on the podcast itself, not the episode. Boom. Artwork, RSS feed, times, everything. Bingo bango. That is awesome. And then what we can do is we can look at our podcast episode and remove some stuff we don't need. So we don't need that. Probably don't need that because that'd be on the... Well, we could get explicit, I think. Supposed to look at no. So it's a no. Supposed to be string. And then what we could do is inside of our feed, do explicit. This would be what services would you recommend for real-time video chat with Xamarin.Forms? Well, that's a good question. For like a real-time communication, like chat and stuff, like Signal R is good. I don't know if the Azure Media Services have it. Twilio has some video chat stuff, I think. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while, so I probably don't have the best recos for you, Terao, right now. But send me an email, motz, M-O-T-Z, at Microsoft.com, and follow up with you on it for sure. Or just tweet at me. Either way. Totally works. Let's just make sure this thing works, and then we're like butter. Butter. All right, let's go here. Parse. Boom. Boom. Explicit. So what did I do wrong? Explicit. I spelled it wrong. Yes, spelled it wrong. Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Start parsing of RSS podcast feeds. Whoop whoop. That is how you parse it. Push that in. Awesome. All right, cool. I got my 2 hours in. We did start early today. Thank you so much for everyone that hung in through the weird chat downtime. Super duper appreciate that. I do want to thank anyone that actually gave bits or subs or anything throughout. It kind of stopped at Clark.io kind of when he came in. I don't actually know if things went through or not, but if you did and I just get them later, thank you so much. I super appreciate that. Really fun. Clinton, thanks for the 200 and giving out some cool pride stickers and emotes. Codephobia, thank you so much for the raid. Schwa, thank you for the subscription, which is super duper awesome. What we're going to do is we're going to go raid. We're going to keep the .NET train going. Our good friend Rambling Geek, I'm just going to double check. He's doing some .NET Core work with WebPF, it looks like, and WinForms stuff. So we're going to go over and see what the heck he's up to over there. How's that sound? I'm going to play some outro music. We're going to go do that. Yeah, thanks for everyone for being awesome. Everything like that. I'll be back next Tuesday with Mr. John Galloway. We're going to continue building live.net for all of our .NET community stand-ups, which is super awesome. And then I'll be back next Friday. We're going to work on this more. We're going to finish this backend, get some push notifications at some point, and roll it into the mobile application. And this app is looking really solid, and we can start working on music playback, which is going to be rad. So thanks, everyone, for being absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough for hanging in there, for the chats, for all the support. And, of course, you know, every time anything is donated here, I donate that to charity. And that stuff gets matched by Microsoft, which is cool. Just through our Give program. So like I donate money naturally every month based off the stream, and then that kind of gets matched up too, which is cool. So anyways, thanks everyone so much for being super rad. We're gonna go over to the Rambling Geek, but I'm gonna end it, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Cheers.
Holy moly, James. The rate of this book. Absolutely fantastic. What are we calling this project? I have no idea. Thank you so much for that raid. Absolutely awesome. Shall we have a